No! Why?
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are talking about crypto and how it is dead. We got Ross Clark over here blowing up the scene on spectator.co.uk. Now, he goes on to say that this time around there is little signs of any enthusiastic speculation, folks. I am here being enthusiastic about crypto, so he is 100% wrong. So many thought that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies could turn out to be a hedge against inflation. Those hopes have been dashed. My goodness, folks, who comes up with this god-awful garbage trash? This is like the craziest stuff I have ever seen. I am parched after that tremendous acting that you just saw. The name of the game here is, are we going to get a V-shaped recovery or not? It's quite simple. We're either going to get it or we're not, or we're going to see some sort of traditional style recovery from crypto. Really, the last two times we've had significant downturns, really, I'm talking about the summer of last year, we had some V-shaped recovery. We can talk about the crypto crash V-shaped recovery. Now, when we start to talk about like the 2018, 2019 bear market that was, we can see that Bitcoin kind of had a nice horseshoe shape. And really, I don't care if we get a horseshoe shape recovery or a V-shaped recovery. As long as it recovers, I'm good. Now, when we look at Bitcoin, it's currently trading at $30,425 at this moment on January 1st. One thing that I really like is that I do think that most of the damage is already over when it comes to Bitcoin, because we can see that in previous historical movements, now this isn't financial or trading advice, folks. You guys must understand that just because something repeats itself over history does not mean it's going to do it again. But when we look at this logarithmic chart of Bitcoin, we can see how after making these all-time highs, it's very common for Bitcoin to trend underneath this 750-day moving average for any period of time. We've seen short periods of time and we've seen year-long periods of time where price needs to recover. It just depends on circumstances worldwide, really. So when we look at this Bitcoin investor tool, we can see that these lines here represent 750-day moving average. Now, this top line is just a leveraged 5x of the bottom line. But anytime we've seen Bitcoin really drop below this green line, the 750-day moving average, we've had quite tremendous breaks to the upside afterwards. So on the weekly chart, it's been really common for price to bounce off the 200 moving average. It just has. So I'm hoping that these things kind of line up, and really, I'm hoping that history repeats itself. So with that said, what's happening with Bitcoin right now? Symmetrical triangle squeeze. Nobody's going to dispute that. We've got a spinning top on the weekly candle. So spinning tops are great indicators that there might be some sort of market reversal coming. Now, if this really turns into more of a bearish candle, I think that we'll eventually see this $22,000 to $25,000 ish Bitcoin. And I'm really not scared personally. When we look at things like the stock to flow oscillator on the weekly chart, we can see currently that prices are about where they were at during this 2014 bear market. So this is pretty incredible to say the least. Bear with me 1 second. So we can see that if we just pin a trend line here, how close we are to these levels. And once we hit these levels back in 2015-ish on the stock to flow oscillator, it was on the up and up from there. I'm not saying that's going to happen anytime soon. Hopefully it does, though. And in addition to all of this, I'd like to point out that on a weekly chart, we can see that there might be, keyword is might be, some sort of falling wedge pattern. Now, this is very good to see, specifically since this pattern has kind of been in formation since early 2021. Now, if we get a nice breakout, I do think that we are likely to see some new all-time highs when it comes to the stock to flow oscillator. So I do think that hopefully we'll come up, maybe break that $80,000-ish level. We just won't know until we know. We're still trying to figure out if we're going to come down and kiss on this 22,000-ish level. But historically, underneath the 750-day moving average, it's been a decent time to buy crypto. We're underneath that 750-day moving average right now. So it's time for you to decide what you're going to do. Are you going to sit out? Are you going to accumulate more crypto? Are you just going to be done with it and just whatever? Let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, you could do me a tremendous favor, and that would be to smash that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys on the next video.